All right, y'all. How y'all doing? Today, something strange happened. It's kind of messed me up. We just got everybody back from the child line and was locking folks down. There was this one cat, well, pretty buff, strong young fella. He was on the top tier, and he didn't want to go to his room. So, the rooms are unlocked. He went in his bed. He went in his room, took all his clothes off except for his drawers. And he put lotion all over his body, all on his legs, everything. Next thing I know, we get a call for an A-team. That's an A-team is you got an unruly inmate, and you get all the officers together. You lock down the unit, you get all the officers together, go to the location. I get there, this motherfucker on the top tier, in his drawers, tighty whities, with lotion all over his damn body. And he refusing to go to his room. So all them officers, he had about 4, they went up there and tried to jump him and put him in the room, but that motherfucker was slipping and sliding. Boy, it took every bit of 45 minutes. Every time they snatch him, he'd slip out. I was rolling. They was killing me. Me, I'm the kind of guy, I ain't gonna go up there with all that foolishness. So he done slipped and slide and tussled with them, about 45, 46 minutes. So I walk up to him. I said, look here, man. I'm going to talk to him. See, I don't believe in all that rustling and tussling. I said, look here, man. What the problem is? What is the problem? Yeah, he said, well, they didn't let me go to commissary. I said, well, look, so doing this, what you're doing, that ain't gonna make them just say stop and say, well, here, let's take them to commissary. No, that ain't gonna do that. I said, man, if you go ahead in your room peacefully, I'll come in here and talk to you. And we'll see about your commissary situation. But doing this right here, that's gonna stop this commissary, next commissary, and commissary after that, and it's gonna get you put in the hole. I said, man, stop. Think about it. Think. The more I talked to him, the boy calmed down. And then next thing you know, he gone ahead and go in his room. Locked the door, everything was all right. But then we got this other officer. She, Lieutenant Dahlberg, whatever her name is, I forgot her name. She don't pretty much like me because she been there for I don't know how many years. And I always have issues with these guys. Yeah, I done been here, 2 months? And I got, I can relate to these guys more. They kind of listen to me. That's why the boy, after I talked to him, he just peacefully. They've been out here struggling with this boy for 45 minutes. I went up there and talked to him for 2 minutes. He gave up and went on in his room. They couldn't understand it. Dahlberg sent up there, Lieutenant Dahlberg sent up there mad at me. Man, ain't the whole thing, the whole issue is getting him in there with minimum effort. As long as we get him in there, I got him in there, and after he went in there, I went and talked to the boy. Well, the man, whatever. I went and talked to him. Took me 2 minutes to get him in there. He went in there, we sat down and talked. They had no more issues out of him for the rest of the week. I ain't heard nothing. I ain't heard a peep out of him. I seen him, when passing. You like, become pretty good friends, somewhat. As close as you can be friends with these. So you can't trust none of them all the way. But he's been pretty cool. Every time they start acting a fool, and I walk on the unit, he one of them tough guys in there. He make them all shut. Hey, sit down, shut up. Try to make my life a little easier when I'm on the units with him. But the Dahlberg, she sat up there, just been hating me ever since, because she couldn't control the situation. You got to know how to talk to these people. You got to realize, even though these folks is locked up, They still people, and you got to treat them as such. You can't treat them like second-class citizens. The only difference between them and some of y'all or some of us, they got caught and we didn't. We all make mistakes. We all do little stuff. They got caught, and that's why they in here. I'm so happy to get away with a lot of stuff, so that's why I can become an officer instead of being on the other side of them bars. But trust and believe, any given day, one of us could be on the other side of that bar. Say we go to work and have a good day and decide to go out on a Friday night and get my drink on and party and shit. Have an accident. Hit somebody. We can go to court, and the very next day, when I'm wearing this officer uniform, I could be in them black and whites. So it could happen to any one of us. Be careful. Watch how you treat these people. They are still people. Y'all feel me? All right, then I'm going to get on out of here before this boy come back. Y'all take it easy. If you like my videos, share them, like them, comment. Tell me what y'all think. All right, then. I'm out. Take it easy.